Hey, what you got there? Oh, hey, it's just my breakfast. That's just one egg. Oh yeah, I know. Well, I'm trying to lose weight, and I know you have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight, so I'm just cutting back on calories. That's not smart, dude.
What's up everybody, Schuyler here, founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness, where our goal is to help you lose weight and keep it off without the sucky dieting, without spending all your time counting calories, and without torturous cardio. What you're going to learn in today's video, as well as all the others we put out, has helped countless clients of ours drop fat, build muscle, and quit the yo-yo forever. And so if you're looking for more awesome ways to simplify the process of getting healthy, make sure you tap that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified when we release new videos. With that being said, let's get into it. So if you understand how weight loss works, by now you've probably understood the importance of a calorie deficit. In order to effectively drop weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. But what you're going to learn by the end of this video is why chasing a calorie deficit probably isn't the best idea. And if that's confusing, let me break it down for you. So while you're on your weight loss journey, there are a bunch of different components, right? There's the outcome that you're looking for, which is the weight lost. There's a sub outcome, which is to be in a calorie deficit. And then there's also things ingrained in the process. Now, what most people focus on is how can they get into a calorie deficit? And if they're focused on the numbers, typically where most people go is I'm going to eat less, I'm going to consume less calories, and I'm going to burn more calories, right? Because if you need to burn more calories than you consume, you want to consume less, you want to burn more. The problem with this is that when you approach things from this angle, you enter a mindset of restriction. You enter this idea that you have to consume less, that you're always on the clock and watching what you're eating because you want to make sure you're in a calorie deficit. And so what I'd rather most people do, and again, most people because there are exceptions, is focus more on the process. Focus more on doing the things that are going to put you in a calorie deficit naturally, not necessarily eating less and moving more. And so I think a great example here is if you look back hundreds of years, the calorie didn't even exist at that time. Right? Calories existed, but we didn't have a term for them. We weren't counting them. We didn't understand how many calories were in each food. But if you look back, the majority of the population was in shape. And then the interesting part is that as soon as the calorie was introduced in the 1800s, that's the point when obesity started to slowly rise in the country. And so it doesn't make sense, right? We're more educated than ever. We have this information on calories. We know we have to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. So why are so many people struggling with weight loss? And so while focusing on being in a calorie deficit can work, myself and my clients are perfect examples that you do not need to count calories to lose weight. And in fact, if you're consistently playing the calorie counting game, you're actually more likely to stay overweight. The truth is that a lot of low calorie foods actually contain ingredients in them that are slowing your metabolism. So even though you're consuming less calories, you're also burning less calories. And these ingredients also increase cravings, so you're more likely to consume calories from other forms. So if you just focus on this calorie deficit and you're just tracking all these numbers, if you aren't educated on the other stuff, you're more likely to fail. And so rather than focus on I need to be in a calorie deficit, why not just focus on the things that will naturally put you in a calorie deficit? Things like fasting, which is one of my favorite things to do and one of the most effective things you can do for fat loss. Things like eating real food, forgetting about the calories, just making sure that there's not any artificial or processed ingredients. Things like weightlifting and walking, things that are proven to naturally speed up your metabolism without much of an increase in effort. And that's the mentality I believe most people need to lose weight, is rather than focus on how can I consume less calories, how can I burn more, how can I stay in this calorie deficit, shift that focus into how can I do more of the things that will naturally put me in that calorie deficit. Always look at those small little changes you can make that can get you closer to that calorie deficit, not the huge changes that will get you in this extreme deficit. And no matter what, whether you're counting calories or not, make sure you're not cutting a bunch of calories right from the bat. It's a super small shift, but it can be extremely rewarding. I know a lot of people have this fear mode where if they don't count calories, they're just going to go overweight. But I promise you, if you give your body what it needs naturally, it responds accordingly. It drops fat, it keeps fat off, rather than the calorie counters, which we've seen with research is that they're more likely to spike back up to their original weight when they stop counting calories, or even when they do get down to that point that they want to be. So if you're a little confused, I get it, especially if you're new to the world of counting calories, fitness, health, fat loss. If you're interested in learning more, we do have a full training that breaks down what we do, so fasting, weight training, and real food, and it also goes into why it's so much more effective than other forms of weight loss. So check that training out. You can find that in the link in the description. But regardless of what you do, just start focusing on building better habits. Don't worry so much about the outcome. The outcome will come if you do the right things. With that being said, every single video I put out on this channel is geared towards making you healthier and happier. And so if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you as part of the community. It is free to subscribe, and not only is it free to subscribe, but the information you get in return from the videos we put out is pretty priceless. So tap that subscribe button, say hello. But besides that, of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.